Senator Bong Go tries to take the easy way out by moving to end the plenary debates Thursday, May 20, after his colleagues exposed a fundamental fiscal issue in the bills renationalizing 2 hospitals that he is sponsoring. As chair of the Senate Committee on Health and Demography, Go initially makes it appear as if the 15 bills he is sponsoring are just meant to increase the bed capacities of several hospitals nationwide. But Senator Franklin Drilon says 2 of the measures will actually transfer the control of 2 hospitals from their respective localities to the national government instead. Renationalizing Benguet General Hospital and Lanao del Norte Provincial Hospital runs contrary to the Local Government Code of 1991.
With all due respect, whether or not they will prioritize, the local government units will prioritize health services is no longer a matter for their decision. Because way back in 1990 or something, the local government code already mandated that the health services should be devolved.
Drilon begins his interpellation of Go by asking him to explain what the Mandanas ruling is. Drilon argues that once the Mandanas ruling is in effect by 2022, it will limit the financial capabilities of the national government. Go agrees, saying it will be a huge loss for the national government. Drilon points out that Go's affirmative answer actually backs the position that the Senate should not be pushing to renationalize hospitals if LGUs are capable of handling the costs anyway. As more senators chime in, Go proposes that the Senate just set aside discussions on these and proceed to the other measures that only increased other hospitals' bed capacities.
Bakit pa natin papatagalin pa, Mr. President? Kawawa naman yung Pilipino. Ibang usapan po ito ngayon. Nasa pandemya po tayo.
He then moves to terminate the interpellation of all 15 measures entirely. But Drilon objects, arguing that a policy question has to be resolved by the Senate first. A compromise is reached only upon the intervention of Senate President Tito Soto. After talking to both Drilon and Go during a roughly 40-minute suspension of the session, Soto says the 15 hospital bills will be tackled again next Tuesday, May 25. Months after the Philippines launched its mass vaccination campaign against COVID-19, only 3 out of 10 Filipinos say they are willing to get vaccinated against COVID-19. A non-commissioned social weather station survey released on Thursday, May 20, finds that only 32% of adult Filipinos are willing to get vaccinated. Meanwhile, 33% of adult Filipinos say they are unwilling to get vaccinated, while 35% others are uncertain. The survey was conducted from April 28 to May 2 via face-to-face interviews of 1,200 adults nationwide. Meantime, at least 6 local government units in Metro Manila support the national government's order for LGUs to disclose the COVID-19 vaccine brand to recipients only at the vaccination site. The Department of the Interior and local government on Thursday, May 20, orders LGUs not to announce in advance the vaccine brand that will be offered in vaccination centers to prevent crowding. In related news, presidential spokesperson Harry Roque on Friday, May 21, says Metro Manila mayors now allow 30% venue capacity for religious gatherings. This applies to areas under general community quarantine with heightened restrictions in place until May 31. An Egyptian-mediated truce between Israel and Hamas begins Friday, May 21, but Hamas warns it still has its hands on the trigger. Hamas demands that Israel end the violence in Jerusalem and address the damages in Gaza Strip after the worst fighting in years. Aerial bombardment of the densely populated area killed 232 Palestinians, while rocket attacks killed 12 people in Israel. Palestinians, many of whom spent 11 days in fear of Israeli shelling, pour into Gaza's streets. Cars driving around East Jerusalem's Sheikh Jarrah at dawn fly Palestinian flags and honk horns, echoing the celebratory scenes in Gaza. The violence erupted on May 10, triggered by anger over perceived Israeli violations of Palestinian rights in Jerusalem. In a televised address Thursday, May 20, U.S. President Joe Biden extends condolences to bereaved Israelis and Palestinians. He says Washington will work with the United Nations and other international stakeholders to provide rapid humanitarian assistance to Gaza, including its reconstruction. Netflix announces the complete English and Filipino language voice cast of the upcoming original anime series, Trese. The streaming device also releases the first full trailer, set in a Manila where mythical creatures of Philippine folklore live in hiding among humans. Among those starring in the English dub are Hollywood actors with Filipino ancestry, such as Shay Mitchell, Manny Jacinto, Darren Criss, Nicole Scherzinger, Lou Diamond Phillips, and Dante Basco. Meanwhile, Filipina actress Liza Soberano will lend her voice to the character Alexandra Trese in the Filipino dub. Mitchell is her English counterpart. Trese is based on the graphic novel by Budget Tan and Kajo Baldissimo. Global K-pop sensation BTS drops the highly awaited official music video for their latest English language single, Butter, on Friday, May 21. BTS also says a physical copy of the single will be released in Korea and around the world. Merely 40 minutes after its premiere, the Butter music video garners more than 14 million views. The boys will be performing Butter for the first time live during the upcoming Billboard Music Awards 2021 on May 24. In November 2020, the group released their album, B. Their first full English track, Dynamite, continues to break worldwide records since its release in August 2020.